It's officially spring. It's officially spring. The equinox has hit and we are here. It is time that we talk about trends. Get cozy, grab a snack. Let's go. What's up, cookies? Welcome back. And if you're new here, hello, my name is Carolyn Gray. Don't mind me holding my mic like this. My turtleneck is way too high. It'll be muffled and I don't want to hang it on my necklace. It's too much going on. So I'm just going to hold my little mic. But listen, if you're new here, hello. This is my channel. I talk about all things in and around fashion. We like a good old kiki and giggle because laughing is healing for the soul. And we need that in these trying times. Amen. And sometimes I take you guys on a weekly vlog. I put you in my pocket and I take you everywhere I go and show you how I live in New York as a content creator, entrepreneur, and just an adult without a leash. My, oh my. Anyway, let's get into trend talk. Now, let me put this disclaimer out there. Okay. Trends is more so a conversation of what will be readily available in stores, what will be marketed more so to us than anything else, what is going to be a common pattern, all the things. And if any of these items, silhouettes, prints, colors, or something that really tickle your fancy on a personal level just innately, then that just means that there's a lot of stock to run up on and see what you can get while we have the time with these items in stores, okay? And this is not a rule book. We break fashion rules all the time. I'm just talking about what we're going to see a lot of. And I want to dive into some of my personal faves and how I see it being styled and some of my nightmares about some of them too. Let's get into the first one. I got my notes over here. So Bohemian is still ongoing. Ever since there's been a new creative director at Chloe, Bohemian has been just in our face and she's not letting up. And I'm not mad at it. However, last year I was really excited about the trend and I decided to try it out, but I chose colors that really weren't something that I innately connected with. I was like, oh, let me try a mauve. Let me try a pastel blue on its own. And it wasn't like the right type of blue either. And obviously, you know, we're talking about designers like Chloe. These dresses are $5,000-$6,000. I'm not trying a new thing and spending all that money. Absolutely not. So I'm going to go to the H&Ms. I'm going to go to the mangoes. And sometimes the color just wasn't working for me. So I was like, I don't know if this Bohemian trend is for me, but I love the fact that we're still seeing it going. That means fashion in a sense is kind of slowing down, but I would prefer more so a styling approach of dark Bohemian. Yes. More so like Goth girl Globe-Trotter. You feel me? I'm talking about darker colors, darker florals, that type of thing, and mixing it with like leather jackets or leather rugged boots and making it a little bit more rougher around the edges of such a feminine vibe. I feel like my personal approach is going to be going with colorways that are a lot more my steez, darker, dark brown, blacks, I don't know, maybe even dark purples, a little bit of red, but maybe staying away from really ultra feminine light colors, which is something that we're going to see a lot of. I think just personally for me, I'm more of a darker feminine Bohemian Goth girl. You know, I'm not the one to be frolicking about in the meadows with the pinks and the baby blues and the yellows of this particular trend. I love baby blue. I love butter yellow, but not in a Bohemian sense. Maybe not an eyelet for me, more of a lace. You get what I'm saying? But I think this is a really beautiful trend. And like I said, I love that this is something that's been trending for the last 3 seasons and it's continuing past this particular one as well from what we've seen for fall runway collection. So that just means that fashion is like, she's getting herself together, okay? They're getting themselves together. All these musical chairs. We'll talk about the news in a different episode. But the next trend, child, pink. And for me, I more so appreciate the Powerpuff pink, a soft approach. I gotta tell you, I had a really hard time when Barbie pink was everywhere. Good Lord, did they run that trend down to the ground just for marketing the freaking movie? Which, listen, geniuses, marketing geniuses around that entire situation. But by the end of that year, I said, if I see one more pink thing. So when this particular pink trend popped up about fall of last year, I was like, that's a little bit more palatable. I think that's something that's more soothing. It's a pink that can go with a lot more other colors. It's more of a neutral tone also. But personally, again, because I'm putting my personal touch on how I see these things style for me, or if you kind of agree with my sense of styling approach, then, this is how I go about it. I find that I'm more attracted to pink, light pink accessories, shoes, a little embellishment, more so than a full-on pink outfit or just a pink top or a pink pant. Like, I'm not that committed. I ain't that committed yet, but I'm willing to do an accessory. I'm so sad that I missed out on the first drop of the Coach Kiss Lock clutch bag in that pink color, almost Pepto-Bismol pink, and that was the one I was gunning for. And I'm on the wait list for the next drop in July, but I plan on getting that bag and accessorizing it, which is another trend that we'll get into a little bit later. But how they had it on the runways, they're actually not producing those particular bags, but I will definitely take it to a Coach store and get all the embellishments, all the charms on it, and even write on it, paint on it, because I really love that aesthetic. But even the Bottega Mini Intriato weave bags, like those are really cute. And I'm like, this is such a new color connection for me that I don't know if I would invest that much money in an accessory within that color, but it's safe to say I'm okay with this type of pink as long as she's small, cute, and crafty. Yeah, moving on to the next. Okay, so elevated athleisure. Let's take it this way. Pilates to the penthouse. Shareholder spin class. Look, overall, I feel like this is something I really enjoy, and I've been leaning into wearing my sweats a lot more with items that you wouldn't necessarily think of first. Like, I love wearing sweatpants with a button down and a cute heel. I love wearing track pants with a leather jacket and a Converse sneaker. It's like you're on the go. You can make the power moves and be in the boardroom and nobody bat an eye. But also with this elevated athleisure trend is like the literal theme of it. Think of Ferragamo's collection for spring. Very ballerina, very literal, I'm not at no Alvin Ailey dance class studio right now, okay? I'm a grown-ass woman. I got to run these errands and get them done quickly. I'm not going to be in a full-on dance fever moment, but the elements of the look, I will take a bit of this, a bit of that, and then mix it with something that's a little bit more structured. I'm into that. I really am. I feel like it's also something that thrives really well with the weather transition. It's not so warm, but it's also not so cold. And it just creates this ability, like you could do a sweatsuit set, wear it with the button down, and maybe take the sweatsuit top, the shirt, and drape it over your shoulders. And then put a nice set of glasses on, top do, nice structured bag, and a pair of ballerina flats. I like it. I like it a lot. That's with that look in my head. Yeah, and I'm feeling real comfortable and cozy. I'm feeling like black card at lunch for an avocado toast. You see the scene though. You know what I'm talking about. It's very downtown New Yorker. Girl. But yeah, I'm into this one, I'm not so much for the matchy looks of it. I'm more of the, let's mix it up a little bit. Yes. Hold on, let me sip on to my Felix roast. All right. Next trend. Maximalism. To me, this is giving fashion is back. Okay. More is more is more. This might be the part where the clean aesthetic girlies, the quiet luxury lovers, they're getting a little nervous and anxious because they're seeing less of what they're used to seeing. Because quiet luxury, oh my God, it's still a thing. Don't get us wrong. Like it's still a trend. It's still a vibe. You know, I get it. But maximalism has stepped into the room. And I have to say this. I have to actually retract something. When I was discussing spring collections for this year, right after the runway shows were done, I literally said I did not like Valentino with Alessandro I said, he done did too much. I don't understand the collection. This is a lot of rigmarole. And I don't like the runway set because it would look like broken glass, very dark. It was very hard to see the collection. Now that I'm seeing it in stores, it's the pieces. And maybe it was the way that it was styled that just threw me through a loop from what we were used to seeing at Valentino and the DNA, the house codes, that type of thing. That was just a big jolt from what we are known of Valentino. And it's all him. It really is his style. He should really just start his own brand, I swear. But I was very harsh on the collection. And now that I'm seeing it in person in the stores, I'm like, actually, this piece is phenomenal. This shoe is grand and I love it. So it makes sense to me piece by piece. And I'm really loving it because, you know, earlier this year, we talked about my wish list, right? Which has definitely been updated since January. Damn. But anyway, we'll talk about, if you want me to make a video about an updated wish list, put it in the comments below and I'll get it done. I'll get it done for you. Okay. The other thing is, so when I was talking about my wish list, I said out loud, I said, you know, I really want to tap back into a space where I am really intrigued in fashion pieces that look like wearable art. I want something that's super unique, more thrifting possibly too, or maybe even custom pieces. I want an experience with fashion that I haven't had in a long time, that is just the fun of what we know it to be. And I feel like maximalism has returned full throttle and I'm here for it. I think that it's the layering of textures, the mixing of prints, the accessories that are creating these dynamic looks, okay? And I'm excited to experiment mixing my prints, using a little bit more boldness, a little bit more bravery when it comes to colors. I'm more into like forest green with citrine, or like a pastel blue with a brown, or a butter yellow with gray. Y'all know I've been talking about butter yellow with gray. I've been doing it. I love my butter yellows with a lot of things, but just trying more color combinations as well. I'm ready to get more expressive with it, more artistic flow state with it. And yeah, I think that it's also going to take getting a little bit of a nostalgic energy when we're shopping, whether it's new pieces or thrifting. I think the secondhand luxury market is going to be something that has a second boom within this space too. And I think this is where we see the difference between personal style and a trend follower or theme follower. Like, I think this is going to really show who is truly connected with their sense of self and fashion style. I'm excited. Okay. My millennial heart is beating a little bit for this. So slim legs, skinny jeans, legs for days 2.0. That's what I'm calling it. So here's the thing. Personally, as long as it's not like suffocating my legs and I'm looking like a sausage, because I've had skinny jeans that did that to me in 2015, okay? And I did not want to hang them bad boys up. And you know what's crazy? I don't ever remember donating or selling these jeggings, okay? But somehow they are gone from my wardrobe. I haven't seen them since 2017. I wore skinny jeans like it was my second skin. Many of us did. However, this time around with the skinny jeans, she has a slight leg opening, right? She has a cigarette effect. She has an elongating effect. And you know what? I love it. I'm here for it. It makes a lot of sense with the types of shoes that we're seeing more and more of. Like we want to show off our shoes. So like a skinny leg pant gracing your ankle bone and showing the shoe or the boot. Why not? As long as you can tuck a knee-high boot into the pant leg, I think that's a good enough amount of space. Personally, that's what I'm looking for when it comes to the skinny jean, the skinny pant. And it also kind of threads into another theme, the last theme that we'll get into. But I love this type of revival in a way, but it's more tailored. I also feel like she's a bit more grown. Her bills are paid on auto pay. That's what it's giving. And I also feel like I appreciate the sleekness. I'm excited to pair it with a blazer. My new leather blazer from Mango. Girl, very nice leather. Very nice tailoring. And true to size because it's an oversized look. I'll give the details below. You know, we're going back into this era. Like, are we going to be wearing business casual at the club again? If there are any clubs to go to. What clubs are there in New York anymore? Do the kids go to clubs like we used to go to Greenhouse and Mansion and stuff like that? Huh? Where my Pink Elephant girls at? Huh? Do they have clubs for the young kids now? Are they wearing business casual like we did with our baubles? I don't miss that outfit. I don't. Let's talk about check print galore. I'm into the checked, checkmate chic. It sings to the little girl in me who was a Catholic schoolgirl who had to wear kilts, plaid, all the things. And I swore that I would never do this again. But I'm not going to lie to you. I really love check print. I love gingham. I love graph. I love, what's it called? Houndstooth. I'm feeling all of the check. All of them. And I love mixing colors with like one set of colors in an item, like with one checker print with a different checker print in a totally different set of colors, or mixing it with stripes. That's a jiggy jam that I think is really cool. It gives a certain energy, like a Punky Brewster Scottish look. And I think it's fun. I think it gives people the permission to have fun with mixing prints and trying something new. And I also am really feeling the fact that a lot of brands are using check print with really interesting, exaggerated, asymmetrical silhouettes and lengths. I think that's what makes it a lot more interesting. But I think that, you know, have fun with mixing a stripe with a check or a vertical stripe with a horizontal, like that type of thing. Just make it fun, play with the lines, and don't follow any rules. Catholic School Carolyn is just like, girl, we really wearing plaid again like this? This is what we doing? Yes, I think so. Why not? Let's have fun with it. The next one is minimalist, but with interest and depth. This is clean lines, dirty minds. Hello? Okay. So let's think of it this way. We're talking simple silhouettes, elegant, clean aesthetic, but with sequins, crochet, fringe, texture. I mean, it just creates a whole nother story, a whole nother level of understanding of this particular genre of dressing. And I feel like if a clean girl or a quiet luxury fan is like, I don't know how I'm going to make it without more of the quiet luxury inventory that's not any longer available to me. Well, tip your little toe in this little pool, honey. I think this is safe and sound. You still got your clean silhouette, your neutral tones, but you might have a little pizzazz on the ends of, or you might have sequins fringe. Try it. I love this type of stuff. I think this is so much fun. This is like where brands like Diotima, yes. So this is where it like the clean girl, the quiet luxury mixes into resort and fun and art and unexpected. This is my heart is smiling, okay? Really cool to pair it up with simple pieces, like even more simpler pieces. So if, like, let's say you have an asymmetrical skirt and you have fringe detail or crochet detail on the ends, what's it called? On the trim of the skirt, then I would pair it with like literally a regular Hanes t-shirt tucked in, or I would do it with something that kind of flows the same, or if it's a dress, right, I'll wear it with a pair of Vans sneakers, something that really shocks the entire aesthetic, where you're like, oh, flow, what are those? You pair, yes, do it that way. That's what I'm gonna do. No, I'm sorry, let me say, you don't have to do it that way, but I think it would be cool. Maybe try it if you have some time. I don't want anyone to feel forced about the concepts of styling that I have for my particular style, but I'm just saying this is how I'm thinking of it when I look at it. And I'll go back and make sure that I'll talk about how I would style these things. But when it comes to the minimalist, the clean lines and dirty minds theme, I think that it's really cool to just not think too hard about it and keep it simple with the styling, because the piece itself that has this extra zhuzh and pizzazz, that's the main story. She's the main character. So everything around it can be super calm and easygoing. And honestly, it could be one of those pieces where you feel like, I need to save this for a special moment. No, wear that to go get your coffee, because this is the fashion speaking for you and your personality. It is entering the room first, and you don't even gotta speak on anything. Do you get what I'm saying? And one of my favorite brands, I feel like I do have a good, strong top 10 brands that don't normally piss me off. Even though one brand, literally, I was just like, oh my God, they were doing so good. Now I'm mad at them. But anyway, when I started to see this trend pop up, I'm like, yeah. Ooh, I'm excited because I want to get as many of these as possible, because this is right up my alley. Suiting, but like boardroom badass. I'm talking about leather jackets over a suit, over a shirt and tie, with a nice pair of sickening aviators, or just a bold glass and slick back hair. I'm talking about you are running your shit. And it's androgynous, it's sexy, it's powerful. I love this type of stuff. I love combining tailored suits with something totally wrong. And really, when I saw Saint Laurent doing their spring 25 runway, and it looked like a whole bunch of replicas of Yves Saint Laurent, the actual designer that created it, right? It looked like a bunch of mini-me's of Saint Laurent. And then they also had some Bohemian chic in a way that I really appreciated to see, because I was like, oh, this is the type of dark Bohemian that I'm into. But anyway, the suiting with the leather jackets, girl. And if you've been following me for a while, you know that I have an online boutique called Gray Layers. I literally was just selling gray and navy pinstripe suits for the end of winter. I'm telling you, I love suiting. I have suits from a brand called Sunder Bay, which I'm so mad that, because it seems like they're dormant at this point, but they have the best fitting tailored suits for women. I'm talking just having a little bit of extra room, a little bit of oversized, a little bit more length on the jacket. And I cannot wait to pair them up with my bubbled leather jackets. I think it's so cool and edgy and just like, you don't care. I don't know. Very 80s chic too. Suiting is something that will never go out of style. Number one, it's just how you approach it. And I think this is a fresh take on it. I don't see this trend falling out of place for a couple more seasons, honestly, which good. It shouldn't be this way, where things are so fad-like, just popping off and falling off in the same damn breath. Like, we don't have enough stamina for that. So I'm happy for the consistent flow of some of these things that we're seeing on the fashion runways, but I love this mixing of elements. I like also mixing, lighter accessories, like a really nice metal aviator. I think that's really chic and sexy. And keeping it really simple with the hairstyling, even with like a little clip-on earring that's really chic, very 80s pop, silver or gold, mixing the metals. But I love a good tailoring moment. And this with the leather jacket look, or even with a sexy pump pop of color on the toe. I think that is something that really resonates with me personally and what I already have. So if anything, this particular trend will have me just getting some updated suits. That's all I'm looking forward to. Something that might be a different color or a different fabrication, because I have mostly wool blend suits. But overall, I just want to wrap this up. Just remember, this isn't me handing you a style rule book that you have to listen to. This is just a conversation, things that I've observed. I've went through several different media outlets, magazines, blogs, just to look at the pace of what the trends, what are the themes that we're seeing globally, but also on a little bit of a microscope of New York too, and what I've just been seeing on the streets as well. I'm a type of person, I'm very observant. I like to go outside. I like to study the people in the streets just to get an understanding of what's going on. Also, what was showing up on the runways. And considering we just saw fall, winter 2025 stuff, this is just a refresh of what's to come right now, because we are in the season of new pieces hitting the sales floor, new windows, new types of marketing, refreshed Instagram feed. So it's just like, this is what's happening right now. And I'm just speaking on that. This is not a mandate. I can only imagine. I know most of y'all probably are seeing some of these trends. It's just like, I've been doing this, and that's perfectly fine. Listen, keep doing you. You know what you're doing. You know what works for you. And that's what I think it really is about. We should know by now, or figure out a way to really know what works for us style-wise, silhouette-wise. And really, these are just opportunities where we're just like, oh, okay, so this season I'm gonna be investing a little bit more in fashion, because one of my favorite colors is trending, and now I can grab a little bit more of something that I love. That's really all it is. That's really all it is. I ain't pushing nobody to pick up anything that they don't want to pick up. You know what I'm saying? It's really about what genuinely resonates with you, and that's that. So I want to hear from y'all in the comments. Let's kiki below. What were some of your favorite trends or themes that we're going to be seeing a lot more of, and how do you plan on styling it in your own personal way? Share the goods. I'll see y'all in the next episode. Oh, don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you're new around here and you ain't hit it yet. Become a part of the cookie jar. Thank you. Follow me on all platforms. It's Kaylin Gray on every platform. And yeah, don't forget to give me a thumbs up if you like the video as well. Thank you so much for tuning in for as long as you did. I appreciate your time and your companionship. I'll see you in the next video. Bye, cookies.